Hi lovely, you're welcome back to my channel. This is Dotma Stitches. Today I'm going to show you how to make this simple gown. I'm working with this 3 yards of Ankara fabric, and this is the velvet sequence, and I'm going to use this bias to turn it. So now this is the front part. So I placed my tape from the shoulder to the nipple, which is 9, and to this waist is 13, and to this hip is 22, and to the downside is 35. Then I add 1 inch to it. Then from here, from this neck here, I'm going to mark out the shoulder divided by 2. The shoulder is 15 divided by 2, that is 7.5. Now I place the tape. So this is the armhole divided by 2 is 8.5. Then I connect it with the ruler. Now from here, I just come down from 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'm going to connect it with the shoulder. Now from the next side, I'm going to mark 3 inches width. Then I'm going to mark 4.5 depth. So now I'm going to connect it again. So now I'm going to curve this side. It's going to be a round neck shape. So this is the neck, and this is the slanting shoulder. Now from here, I'm going to mark the bust circumference. The quarter of the breast is 8.5. Then I add 2 inches for the seam allowance, half for the ease, and the 1.5 for the seam allowance. Now to the waist is 32 divided by 4, that is 8. Then I add 2 inches seam allowance. Then to the hip line, which is 44 divided by 4, that's 11. Then I add 2 inches for the seam allowance. Now I'm going to connect it from the bust line to the waist and to the hip. So now I will try to blend it to avoid all these sharp edges. So this is it. Now I'm going to cut it out. Now from the armhole side, I'm going to curve it also. So I'm using the curve ruler to curve that side before I will now cut it out. So I'm cutting the neck side. Then I'm slanting the shoulder slope. Then I will now cut the armhole side. Now I'll be cutting the body side like this. Now I'm done with the center part. Now I'm going to mark this side from shoulder to this side, which is 15 for the pocket side. So I'm going to notch that side. Now from this center here, the bust span is 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So I'm going to mark this side upward. So it's going to be 2 inches below the bust for the dark space. So I'm trying to notch that side. Now from this side, now I'm going to mark it from shoulder So this is the 2 inches below the bust. I'm going to mark that side, then I'm going to connect it for that space. So I'll just hold it with 1/2 inches downward like this. So this is the dark space that I'm marking out. So I'm just going to hold it with half inch for the both sides. Now I'm done with this. Then I'm going to place this front to the back piece. So the back piece is unfold also, because I'm going to cut the 2 back together. So I will place the front. This is the front, is also unfold. Then I'll place it on the back directly like this. So now I'm going to mark like 1.5 inches for the slip allowance for the back. So this is the slip allowance. So this is the 1.5 inch slip allowance. So I'm marking it downward like this. So now for the next side, I will just place my tape from the marking point to this point, which is 3 inches width, then 1.5 inch depth. Then I'm going to connect it for the back neck. So this is it. Then I'm going to slant the shoulder and cut out all the armhole like this. So now I went ahead to cut out the armhole and all the sides directly like this. So after this, I'm going to notch the dark space and the slip allowance. So I'm notching the back dark space also. Then I'm going to open this slip side. For the back side, I will open the slip side. I'm working with the 2 back. I'm cutting the 2 back together. So I'm going to open that slip side here. Now I'm done with this. Then I'm going to open this front side. So I will use bias to turn all the next side and also the back also. So now I will go ahead and turn the neck with 1/2 inches. I will use 1/2 inches to sew that next side. Then I will turn it with bias. So you guys, so I've turned it. This is it, and this also for the back, and this is the second back also. Now the next thing to do, I will just place the front on this velvet. I folded the velvet into 2 like this. So now I'm going to mark exactly where I want to put this velvet. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm marking that side, because it's going to start from this place, then it's going to stop somewhere around hip here. So I'm just marking like 10 or 11 inches. Now I'm going to slant this side to form that V shape. So I'm going to cut out this velvet, sequence velvet now. So this is the sequence, this is the velvet sequence that I'm cutting out. You can call it sequence velvet and you can call it velvet sequence anyhow. Just target this center here, then I'm going to place it like this, then I will now fold it. Make sure it's lay very well and fold it like this. Then I'm going to stitch it, but first let me pin it down before I go to the machine and stitch it. So I'm going to go and stitch it on the machine now, then I'll come back and show you. So after stitching it, this is the outcome. Now this is the back piece. So I'm going to place it and just hold the shoulder with half inches. I will lay the other one also, then I will stitch, add half inches for the shoulder like this. Then for the sleeve side, I'm going to just place it together like this and stitch this side. I'm going to stitch this side, and I'm going to place it for this upper part here. Let me go and place it and come and show you the outlook. So it's going to have pockets also. So this is the pocket that I cut out. This is the 10 inches length and the 8 inches width. So I just place my hand like this to shape out the pockets. So from here to this place is 6 inches. Then I'm going to cut it out here. So now I'll take to the machine and stitch this side and all this side. So now this is the gown. I've already placed the zip, and this is the velvet sequence that I've already stitched, and I've joined the shoulder. So now I'm going to do the zip side. I've already placed my zip. So this is it. Now the next thing to do now, I'm going to place my pockets, then I'm going to hold the body, the bust measurement, the waist measurement, and the hip measurement. So firstly, I'm going to tag this pocket with the body like this. So I'm going to use this pin to hold it. So I'm pinning it with the pockets. So I do the same thing to the other side. So guys, I'm almost done. So I will do the same thing to the other side. Then I'll be taking the measurements now. So now I'll take the tape and be taking the quarter of the bust measurement. So this is the bust circumference divided by 4. So I'm going to mark it here, then I mark the other side, and also the waist circumference divided by 4. So I'm going to stitch it like this, then down to the hip line. So I'm going to stitch it downward like this. So I will stitch the pocket side also. So I will stitch it downward. So now after stitching it, this is the outcome. Now for the downside, the full length I'm working with is 55. So the half length is 35, so it's going to remain 20. So this is the piece that I'm going to use to do the gas dash for the downside. So this is the 20 plus 1 inches length. So this is it. Now I'm going to use this one to gather the downside. I'll just be pleating it like this. I'll be pleating it like this, depending on how you want it to be full. So just be gathering it to the downside like this, and I'm going to use this one also for the back side. So one for the front and the other one for the back. So guys, this is it for the sleeve side. So I'm going to measure the width of 6 inches by 35 length. Now I'm going to fold it into 2 like this. This is the other one. I'll just turn it like this. I will turn the other side like this. Then after stitching it downward like this, then I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. I will turn this side and the other side. Then I'm going to stitch it like this. Now I'll be pleating it like this, like 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. I'll be pleating it down like this before I will now place it to the armhole of the clothes. So guys, this is the outcome. So if you watch this tutorial to this end, please give this video thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. Bye bye for now. Thank you. Till we meet in the next class. Bye.